Welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use a promo code JUICE25. They got a sweet new offer. Risk-free bet up to $1,000 and a $25 free bet. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Hey. 2-2 on the picks, but one of the winners was a 2-unit play, so ended up profitable night in the National Football League. And we got, what do we got? 3 NBA picks coming at you. Good slate of games. All right, let's get to the recap. Could have been a really great night if Christian Watson gets that last touchdown. I don't know if you stayed awake for those last couple plays, but the last Christian Watson reception, he almost got it. And then the next play, Aaron Rodgers does some signal. Christian Watson doesn't see the signal. He still throws the ball at him anyways, because he's Aaron Rodgers. That's what he's got to do. He's got to show up his teammates and let the entire Monday Night Football broadcast know that, hey, if you want to score touchdowns, you got to run the right route. Yeah, we get it, dude. You're Aaron Rodgers. You know the playbook. But why, instead of just throwing your rookie receiver under the bus, why not make sure he sees your call? Go, hey, Rook. I mean, I get it. As someone who's a boss, you get annoyed and your employee's not doing the right thing. But I don't think showing them up. I've read a lot of business management 101, showing up your employees when they make mistakes on a national stage, maybe not the best way to get the best results. Either way, we almost had that Christian Watson anytime touchdown. That really would have swung the night. Didn't get that, unfortunately. Ben Skoranek, over 2.5 catches, didn't get there. He did have 3 targets, only 1 catch. He was banged up for a little bit of the game. That certainly didn't help. Tyler Higbee under 28.5 receiving yards. That cashed just by a hair. He had 27. I know people were asking because the number went down. I said, I like it as low as, under 25.5. Hopefully, if you did bet it, you got a 27.5, obviously. So you got that cash there. Packers, of course, 24-12. They did cover the -7 fairly easily, I would say. Never felt like the Rams were really in that much of a. I never really feel like the Rams were going to take care of business there. Kind of in the Discord as far as the first touchdown, the DGen only stuff. Nothing really great. I mean, it was super chalky with AJ Dillon. I thought Bryson, the backup tight end for the Rams, would have a shot to get it anytime or maybe even first touchdown. He got a decent number of snaps, was certainly in the mix there, but again, it's a long shot. It's a DGen only bet. You know what is a sure thing? Completely EV opportunity. Go to youtube.com/bettingpros, hit subscribe, comment on this video. You're automatically entered to win the Earl Campbell autographed jersey. I'm not an Oilers fan. I'm not even not in love with Earl Campbell. I'm not a massive Earl Campbell fan, but this jersey is so amazing. You become an Earl Campbell fan just by looking at that jersey. That thing is awesome. I want to figure out a loophole so I can enter into this contest and win me that jersey for my own man cave. All right, let's get to the 3 NBA picks. First up, got the Bulls at the Heat. I'm taking the Bulls +6. The Heat, actually, they're surprisingly bad against the spread at home. 3-11-1 ATS. The Bulls actually beat them the last time they played by 8 points. And the Bulls are coming off a game where they gave up 150 points to the T-Wolves. I know normally you would say, well, why are you betting on them? They just let up 150 points to the T-Wolves. That's kind of when you want to hop on a team, especially like the Bulls, young team. They're going to have to listen to their coach because they just got embarrassed. They just gave up 150 points. You don't want to do that in back-to-back games, so they're going to play tighter defense. Statistically, it's almost impossible not to. And, the line is probably inflated because they gave up 150 to the T-Wolves. I wouldn't be surprised if this line closes higher than 6 because, honestly, who is betting on the T-Wolves? I'll tell you, this guy. Let's go. Bulls +6 against the Heat team. They match up pretty well. Like, you look at some of the advanced stuff, even just like the more basic numbers wise. I think they're going to be able to hang with this Heat team, and 6 just feels way too high. Wizards at Suns. I'm going with the Suns laying 7.5 over at BetMGM. You know, I kept talking about, hey, Suns don't look right. Suns don't look right. If you're going to bet the Suns, wait till they get back home. They got back home. They started looking way better. Suns are 10-6 ATS at home this year. Wizards 6-9-1 on the road. Suns' confidence has to be through the roof after destroying the Lakers. Now, I know what you say. Oh, the Lakers, they're not good. That's not going to help your confidence. Trust me, if you're the Suns and, you know, the Lakers, they're the big brother. You know, if you're a little brother, you know, let's say your older brother's out of shape, got kicked out of college because he was drinking too much. Hey, if you still can beat him up in a fight, you know, you come home for the holidays, you're able to pin your older brother regardless of what shape he's in, feels pretty good. I don't know. I'm an older brother, so I haven't experienced that, but the Suns are definitely the little brother of the Lakers, and I feel like that win's got to be good for their confidence. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Wizards are spiraling back-to-back losses, and, you know, they're bringing the 23rd ranked road offense, and the Suns have the 8th ranked defense at home. That's just not a good matchup for the Wizards. And the Suns, when they win, they really go off, and they win by a wide margin. So really like the Suns here, laying 7.5. Warriors at the Knicks. I'm going with the Warriors +4.5 over at BetMGM. Yes, Steph Curry is still out. My dad asked me, we were watching the Sixers game, hey, Steph Curry still in the league? So, you know, watching the Sixers versus the Warriors, you know, after they cut to Steph Curry multiple times, is Steph Curry still in the league? Yeah, Dad, he's still in the league. Does he still play for the Warriors? Yeah, you know, they keep showing him on the bench. Yeah, he's still there. Oh, man, he's good. Okay. It's just great. It's always great to hang out with my dad. Like, if you want the, you know, Joe Q public sports stake, you know, you always hear this, like, the betting public is on. I don't need to look at any advanced betting splits. I could just text my dad and go, who do you like this week? My dad goes, I like gambling, but I always just do these crazy parlays with all these legs and I never hit them. I go, yeah, you can do, you know, like DGen bets, but just make it so like one guy does one thing, or, you know, catches 2 touchdowns or get the first touchdown. Like that's where you get it, because you don't have to correlate all these unrelated things. He's like, yeah, but I like all those legs. I go, yeah, that's how they get you. Knicks, meanwhile, they've won 7 in a row, and I don't know, call me crazy. Isn't this the best time to fade the Knicks after they've won 7 in a row? You know, it's like the blackjack table. If you win 7 hands in a row, your buddy's probably like, hey, maybe we should, walk away, maybe cash out a couple here. The Knicks feel like they're due for some serious regression here. And the Warriors on the other side, I feel like they got some of their confidence back with that win against the Raptors. Going up to Canada, winning against the Raptors, never easy. Nice win for them. And I feel like they kind of figured out what their offense is going to look like. No Steph Curry. Klay Thompson had a solid game. Not an amazing game, solid game, 17 points. I wouldn't be shocked if this is a big Klay Thompson game. We've seen it many times. And again, maybe this is just anecdotal, but I have so many like memories of shooters going off in Madison Square Garden. I think it brings the best out of them, and there's like a certain momentum to playing in that arena. And I wouldn't be shocked if Klay finds a rhythm and really goes off big in this game and helps carry the Warriors, if not to an outright win, at least to a cover at +4.5. And Warriors is always a well-coached team, and I think Steve Kerr has their ear right now as they go in this little bit of a road trip with no Steph Curry. So here's what I like. Give me the Warriors +4.5 at the Knicks, BetMGM. Give me the Suns laying 7.5 at home against the Wizards, also BetMGM. And then give me the Bulls +6 at the Heat over on PointsBet. As always, BetMGM.com, promo code JUICE25. Follow us on TikTok at BettingPros. Follow me on Twitter, please, at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast. And as always, you know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And don't forget to let it ride.